Welcome to this new release video of Business Data Cloud. Here today, it's me, Karen, and my colleague Stef, and we're both analytical experts. So today we have a lot to cover, but let's start with SAP Datasphere, which my colleague is going to tell you more about.
First, I will give a small overview of what will be talked about today. The first 3 points are about task chains. There are a lot of new things with the task chains, such as the REST API as a task, a new notification task object. Aside from this, there are also some new business functions for time period calculations in the analytic models. There is also a secondary structure for analytic models and a new designer pane in Microsoft Excel. But first, we start with the task chains. And this is a part of data integration. So we have in task chains success and error reports. What is it? It's a new support for port types to enable branching, and it depends on the success or failure of a task. Why does it matter? It supports error handling directly within the task chains. So it increases flexibility, it helps prevent pipeline interruptions. Now on to the next new feature in task chains. We have a REST API as a task. What is it? It is a REST API call in a task chain. It covers both post and put calls. And why does it matter? It enhances orchestration by embedding API calls alongside other tasks. It also increases flexibility on how to tackle different tasks within the analytics sphere. As a last new feature within task chains, there is a new notification task. So what is it? You can now set up an email notification within a task chain. It allows for more granular process monitoring, it improves communication, and it reduces manual monitoring. Now I will show you a demo which adds a REST API as a task which will trigger a job in Databricks. And on top of this, I will add an email notification in this demo. So first of all, we go to the API task. We just drag and drop this. Then we need to select a generic HTTP connection. After this, we need to correctly identify an API path, which can be found on the Databricks API documentation. We copy and paste this. And one necessary value for the request body is the job ID. And the job ID can be found in your Databricks environment, which will then trigger this job. So this is it for the task API chain. You can play with a couple of parameters. We don't go into depth today. And after this, you can also add an email notification. So this is also just a drag and drop system. You can connect this to the task API, to the REST API. And then you see that you have a recipient email address. You can adjust the message and so on. And after this, you can just create other objects within this task chain as usual. So now on to the next part of Datasphere, and this will be elaborated by Karen.
So in data modeling, there are a few new features as well. For starters, we now have more or better functions for time period calculations. Now when you have a time period inside of your model, it will be much easier to have your functions built for month, quarter, and year calculations. So this is easier to build to calculate measures to begin with, and also reduce some complexity and reduce the manual effort since they're already built in right now.
Yes.
The next thing that we have is a secondary structure. So in BW, before Business Data Cloud was here, we had BW, and there it was a possibility to have different kind of structures throughout your queries. Now this is something that's also available in the new Business Data Cloud, which reduces the gap between what was previous here and what was Business Data Cloud consistent a lot. This also improves the reusability. Since you have more structures, you can use it a lot more. All right. Then we have the Microsoft add-in, which Stef will talk about more.
Yes, thank you. So there is a new designer pane in Microsoft Excel. It allows for a search bar to quickly find fields, a permanent list of all available dimensions and measures. It just makes it a whole lot easier to work with SAP Analytics Cloud within Microsoft Excel. It builds reports faster, it is a better overview of your data structure. So now we will give a short demo of this new designer pane. On the right, you can see the new designer pane. You can see the different columns that you can use from this SAP Analytics Cloud model. You can add this easily within Excel. As you can see, a lot of numbers are appearing, which can help for further data exploration, for further investigating your data. And also, Excel is very easy to use, so that's why it is a big bonus. So now we go on with SAP Analytics Cloud, which Karen will elaborate on further.
So SAC is something that's been with the innovations for a long time, but it always keeps on getting better. The SAC right now, since it has been a product of SAP since a long time, we now have a home screen renewal to be more in line with the new things. I'll show you in a minute. We also have AI, advanced formula. We have hyperlinks into the stories to use for to go to this data analyzer, new APIs for data export, and of course a new planning feature. So let's start with the home screen renewal. Let's see. So it's redesigned, so we have a home screen with customizable cards. So you can get access to what matters most to you, and it's fully personal. So what matters to you is there, and your colleague has a whole different screen for itself. It saves you time to go directly to which you want to use. It's user-friendly, so you can have better access to everything. And also, because you have better access, you don't have to search your objects, so it will boost your productivity. Now, I've added a little screenshot so we can see, and this is a standard layout. So this is how it comes just when you have the release, and you can customize it all you want.
Yes, okay. It looks very nice.
It looks a lot like Datasphere now.
Yes, it looks a lot like Datasphere now. So more uniform, which is nice.
Which is good. Then the next thing I have is a little demo.
There's a little demo.
And we can see
a bit exploring like what the features are.
There you can go to your objects, which you use.
Yes. It looks very clean.
It's better. Voilà.
Yes. Okay.
You can add your own objects, of course.
Oh yeah, okay.
Voilà. And then you have them to use to go directly to them, so you don't have to search them all over again, and then they're available.
Ah, okay.
And you navigate to your story, and you can start working or analyzing or having your fun. All right. Then for planning and AI, I'm going to give it back to you.
Yes. So as we all know, AI is a very hot topic right now, and SAP is also working on integrating AI within their system. And one new feature is AI-assisted advanced formula generation. So it really generates code for data actions within your systems, and AI is a big help with this. It generates comments in existing codes. So why does it matter? It makes building complicated data actions a lot easier. It makes it also possible for non-coders. You also can gain insights in existing code because of the generated comments. But one remark we have to give is it is a paid feature and it needs to be enabled first. So that is a disadvantage at this point, but we hope this changes in the future. So for enterprise planning, I give it back to Karen.
Here we have a feature that changes a lot. So right now, we'll start with the API of the master data hierarchies, which means right now you can just extract all of your master data in hierarchy just for, let's say, business to check, and you can just extract it from a test system, put it already in like dev or in production, so you don't need to work with dummy properties like we have in the past, and we can just extract it. Afterwards, we also have the plan entry function, which means we have unbooked data we can now display.
Okay.
So we have this item where we have two versions. One is locked, I'll show you in a minute, And then there's a version that we can work with, which is how planning works.
Okay.
And then now we have all of the combinations already visible. And we can see on validation rules, let's see if we have Belgium, you cannot plan on, let's say, Paris, because that makes no sense. It's a validation rule, Paris isn't in Belgium, so you can plan, which will not be shown anymore. So now you don't have all of the items, you just have the items in which you can plan, which makes it a lot more visible. But I'm gonna just show you with a demo. I think that's much more easier. So here we have two versions, and the first one is completely locked. So we just have the version locked so no one can work on it. We can view it but don't work on it. And the second version is open, which means we can still plan whichever we want. Only one is locked.
That's Flanders, I think.
And here we see the old SAC, just to give you like the difference. In the old SAC, we see every little item on the version is there. Okay. Even though we can plan on them, we can't. We see them now. And then the first version is locked, so we can't do anything about it because of the data locking. Yes. And in the second row, we can plan. And then we can see that Flanders here is also locked because of the data locking. Okay. And then the row below it, you see it here, it's blocked by validation rules. So that's my example of, let's say, Paris you can book, but here it was Luxembourg. We cannot plan on it because of the validation rules, but it is still shown. With the newer release, it's not shown anymore. You get fully disaggregated, you can see, okay, all of the combinations are visible, but on all of them I can plan. Okay. Except the ones that are locked, but just data locking. So all of the validation rules are all already in the system, already checked. If you cannot plan on a certain combination, it's not shown anymore.
Yeah, it seems much more easy to work with right now.
Voilà. All right. That was a plan entry. Then we have data exploration. Back to Stef.
This is the last feature we will discuss today. It's the story hyperlink on the chart to data analyzer using filters. What is it? It adds a hyperlink to your chart that connects to your data analyzer, as the name suggests. And it adds existing insights in the hyperlink. You can open this insight in a new tab, you can define filters, and specific dimensions are automatically applied to these insights. So why does it matter? Business users just gain much easier access to advanced insights in data. For this, we also have a small demo to show this more in detail. So here we see data surrounding a juice company, sales data. And as one can see, we can now go to, yes, now we are there, to a hyperlink. Then we can create a hyperlink to data analyzer. It is part of the pop-up that you see. Then we can add some insights. We can choose from the insights that we have constructed earlier. And we can choose if it gets opened in a new tab or not. As one can see, this is now all being applied. And then we can say done, and then we need to save this story, of course, before this really works. Then we save our story. We can then go to another tab to really see our story as it would be seen by customers or colleagues. And then we can really just click on a link, which will go directly to Data Analyzer with already applied filters, as one can see right now. So yeah, that's in short the story hyperlink on chart to data analyzer using filters. So we want to thank you for watching. We hope you found this interesting, and we will be back for more in the future releases. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.